Hi friends, very good evening all of you. So today we are starting with a new chapter, that is audit report. Okay, one of the very important areas, both from exam point of view, high weight will be there in auditing subject, both at CA intermediate level and final level also. Not only academically, when you are employed in a company after getting your CA qualification or otherwise also, and whether you are in practice, our whole life is preparing this audit report, contents of the audit report. So what matter leads to what type of report, all these things will be extensively dealing with. So this is very important for the exam and also for our real professional life. So shall we start with this? Yesterday at the flag end of the discussion, I told you to read audit report of a particular company, and I suggested go with Reliance Industries. So that is what I have on the screen now, independent auditors report. This is Reliance Industries financial statements, Reliance Industries annual report I have downloaded. From that we are seeing the latest one up to 31st March 2021. That is the last audited financial statement available, latest one. Okay, so we are reading the independent auditors report from Reliance Industries annual report. So once we do some exercise here, it will be very easy for us to understand 700, 701, 705, 706. These are four very important standards. What are they? SCA 700 we have, SCA 700, then 701, then 705, then 706. So what is 700? Auditor's report. Okay, what is 701? CAM, key audit matters. What is 705? Modifications in auditor's report. What is 706? EOM and OM, emphasis on matter paragraph and other matter paragraph. Okay, so shall we see all these things now? So do we have Shweta? Shweta, can you say hi in the mic once, please? Hi, Shweta. Shweta, your voice is very low, or maybe my volume is low. Let me check my system volume. I increased it. Can you say hi now?
Hi, sir.
Very good. So, hi, Shweta. Shall we start with audit report?
Okay, sir.
So, you have to help me with reading this independent auditors report from Reliance Industries annual report. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please start.
Independent auditors report to the members of Reliance Industries Limited.
So, two things. One is the heading. So when you read SCA 700, they'll give you the first one. What they give you is the title. You remember? Title. What is title? Independent auditors report. And addressee. Addressee. It should be addressed to the members. Okay, next. Continue, ma.
Report on the audit of the standalone financial statements.
Continue.
We have audited the accompanying.
This is called opinion paragraph. Okay, read, ma.
Standalone financial statements of Reliance Industries Limited, the company, which includes joint operations which comprise the balance sheet as of March 31st, 2021, the statement of profit and loss, including the statement of other comprehensive income, the cash flow statement, and the statement of changes in equity for the year then ended, and notes to the standalone financial statements, including a summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory information.
So this is called identification of financial statements. In my audit report, first thing I need to do is I have to identify whose financial statements, for what period, what are all the financial statements included, that they have given in first paragraph. Okay, this is called opening paragraph, identification. Okay, next. Read, ma'am.
In our opinion, and to the best of our information and according to the explanations given to us, the aforesaid standalone financial statements give the information required by the Companies Act 2013 as amended in the manner so required and give a true and fair view in conformity with the accounting principles generally accepted in India of the state of affairs of the company as of March 31, 2021, its profit including other comprehensive income, its cash flows and changes in equity for the year ended on that date.
So what is the name of this para? Opinion paragraph. First one is introductory, opening paragraph, identification of financial statement. Second one is audit opinion paragraph. Now you tell me what opinion is given. Is it unmodified opinion or modified opinion? They have given clean report or qualified report or adverse report or disclaimer. You tell me. Already we have discussed all these terms in the initial classes. So, Shweta, what do you think this, what is the type of this audit report?
Sir, it is a clean report.
Very good. It is unmodified clean report because they are saying the financial statements are showing true and fair view. No problem. Okay. Next one is basis of opinion. What is the next one? Basis of opinion. Okay. Read the basis, ma. So here the auditor has to say that the audit is being conducted as per the standards on audit. So I am saying, my name is Pavan Kumar. I am a chartered accountant. I am the auditor of this particular company. I have conducted the audit and I am expressing my opinion that the financial statements are showing true and fair view. That I have done in above opinion paragraph. Now, one reader of audit report or user of financial statement might get a doubt. Pavan sir, you said financial statements are showing true and fair view. How did you conclude it? What is the basis of your opinion? Then I have to tell, bro, listen. For conducting audits, for forming opinion, for performing audits, planning audits, for forming opinion, for expression of opinion, for everything, we have standards on audit. And also, if you remember, as per section 143.10, also 143.12, reporting on the fraud, these sections clearly mention that the auditor has to conduct audit as per the standards on audit. Auditor has to conduct audit as per the standards on audit. That I have to mention here. We have planned the audit in accordance with this. We have performed the audit in accordance with it. And we also have complied with code of conduct and professional ethics. So all these things we have to tell. Okay, so read this, ma.
Basis for opinion, we conducted our audit of the standalone financial statements in accordance with the standards on auditing essays as specified under section 143 subsection 10 of the Act. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the standalone financial statement section of our report. Are independent of the company in accordance with the Code of Ethics issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, together with the ethical requirements that are relevant to our audit of the financial statements under the provisions of the Act and the rules therein. And we have fulfilled our other ethical responsibilities in accordance with these requirements and the Code of Ethics.
We believe, after that, right side. We believe that
We believe that the audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for our audit opinion on the standalone financial statements.
So very clearly they are saying that we have received sufficient appropriate audit evidence. We do not have any problem like, restriction on the scope of the auditors, limitation on the scope of the auditors. We have not faced. That means the company cooperated. Whatever the information we asked, they have given. They have given access to books of account also. Okay, now just take 1 second, and now let us go to ICI study material. So this is the quick reference material, revision material from ICI website we have taken. Now check here. Can you identify what are the sections they have put here? What are the standard names they have put here? SA 700, SA 701, SA 705, SA 706. We'll see all these things today. So we are starting with SA 700. Okay, in SA 700, what are the basic elements of audit report? They have said title. Already we have seen. Did we see this, Sweta, in Reliance report? Title we have seen. Then addressing we have seen. It should be addressed to the members of the company. Auditor's opinion paragraph we have seen. Identify entities' financial statements. State that the financial statements have been audited. Identify title of each statement comprising financial statement. Refers to notes, summary, significant accounting policies. Specify the date of this financial statement. So did we see all these ABCDE in Reliance Industry report?
Yes, sir.
So don't you think this is a better way of understanding? So we are looking at the practical angle, and then it will be very easy for you to remember. Otherwise, if you are reading this opinion paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C, D, E here, don't you think it will be very dry and you will not understand what identify the entity, financial statements, what date, that, this and all. So it is better when you do it practically with the help of one public enterprise audit report. Now look here. Basis for opinion. Basis for opinion. A states that the audit was conducted in accordance with standards on auditing. Did they tell that?
Yes, sir.
Then there is also one section for this auditor's opinion basis, that also they told includes a statement that the auditors are independent of the entity and they have complied with code of ethics and ethical responsibilities are complied with. So this para also you have seen. C para also. Then D states whether the auditor believes that the audit evidence obtained is sufficient and appropriate. This also we have seen there. Guys, everybody, are you following the flow? How simple and how clear it is when you are reading from one published audit report. Now, if you have any going concern problem, after this basis of opinion, you will give. But do you think Reliance Industries has going concern problem? Guys, do you think Reliance Industries has going concern problem? No. So you don't need to speak anything about going concern here. If you have going concern issue, you would have mentioned it. Okay, then what next? Read ma. Next para is emphasis of matter paragraph. So till now we are in 700. The moment we are speaking about emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph, we are jumping to 706. In the next para, key audit matters. This is 701. Okay, now you will not read 705 in this audit report because since it is clean report, since it is unmodified report, modified paras will not be there. Why? Because they are mutually exclusive, no? If you give unmodified report, modified report will not be there. If you give modified report, unmodified report will not be there. As simple as that. So because it is clean report, you will not read anything about adverse, disclaimer or qualified report. You understand? That we'll see from ICI textbook. Okay, so can you read this emphasis of matter paragraph now?
Emphasis of matter, we draw attention to note 31 subsection B and 41.1 of the financial statement.
Wait. That means, can I conclude that I am speaking about something which is already there in the financial statements? So can I say that I am speaking about something? Guys, all of you please try to understand. In emphasis of matter paragraph, I cannot mention something out of nowhere. I have to speak something about an item which is already given in the financial statements. So you should take the reference of dear reader of audit report, dear user of financial statement, go to note number 4 in that accounting standard 29, in that this is the issue, and I am putting that in emphasis on matter paragraph because I feel it is important for a user's understanding of financial statements. But having said that, I am not modifying my report. I am speaking about one particular point of financial statements. I am speaking about some provision. I am speaking about some contract. I am speaking about some item of financial statement. Just it is important for your understanding. That is the reason I am emphasizing. What am I doing? Emphasizing. I am, adding more significance to it. I want you to read it. Having said that, I am not giving adverse report. I am not giving any qualification on this, and I am not giving any disclaimer. I am not modifying my report in relating to this matter. That means some very important matter they are speaking. Okay, read more.
Respect of the scheme of amalgamation of wholly owned subsidiaries with the company approved by the Honorable National Company Law Tribunal, Mumbai, wherein the financial information has been restated from the appointed date and not from the earliest date presented in accordance with the Ind AS 103 as per General Circular Number 9/2019, issued by MCA dated August 21, 2019, and laws due to takeover of borrowing and consequential adjustment for reversal thereof in the statement of profit and loss upon the scheme becoming effective. Our opinion is not modified in respect of this matter.
Okay, all of you read the emphasis of matter paragraph again, read again. Do you remember amalgamation accounting standard 14? Shweta, do you remember amalgamation, ma?
Yes, sir.
In normal accounting standards, your generation accounting standards, AS 14 is there. In the current generation Ind AS, the relevant standard for business combination, Ind AS 103 is business combination, which includes amalgamations also. Which includes amalgamations, restructuring, all these things will come under Ind AS 103 business combination. So, what is the background that has happened here? Reliance Industries has some wholly owned subsidiaries. Reliance Industries has some wholly owned subsidiaries. Now, they have merged the wholly owned subsidiaries into the parent company. You understand? Now, what am I supposed to do? I have to comply with Ind AS 103. But Ministry of Corporate Affairs wide circular has given some relaxations. We utilized that relaxation and we have not followed Ind AS 3. It is properly valid because government only gave that circular. I, being the auditor of Reliance Industries, I want to highlight this because if we follow Ind AS 103, numbers would have been different. So please go to note 31B, dear audit report reader. Please go to note number 31D and 41.1 and you can read more about this. So I'm just, see, this is one area where auditor felt this is very important. So what I am doing is I am taking one torchlight and I am emphasizing this and I am saying, hey, you, the user of audit report, have you seen this? Sir, what is this? I am giving brief thing about this and I say, if you want to know full, go to so and so note in financial statements. So guys, you tell me, do you understand what is emphasis of matter paragraph now? Hello. Okay, now we are going to emphasis on matter paragraph 706, EOM and OM. Okay, now Shweta, can you read the definition of emphasis of matter paragraph?
Yes, sir. Emphasis of matter paragraph, a paragraph included in the auditor's report that refers to a matter appropriately presented or disclosed in the financial statements.
Wait. I am speaking about a matter in my audit report which is already accounted properly and appropriately presented, appropriately disclosed in the financial statements. Okay, now continue.
The auditor's judgment is of such importance that it is fundamental to users' understanding of the financial statements.
Users' understanding of what?
Financial statements.
Again, users' understanding of?
Financial statements.
Again, users' understanding of?
Financial statements.
That is EOM. When you go to other matter paragraph, it will be users' understanding of audit report. It would be users' understanding of audit report. It would be users' understanding of audit report. That means auditor's responsibilities. So basically, if you look at this, you know, SA 706. SA 706. Emphasis of matter and other matter paragraphs in auditor's report. Emphasis on matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in auditor's report. So from these two arrow marks now. First one is EOM, second one is OM. EOM relates to users understanding of financial statements. This relates to users understanding of audit report and auditor's responsibilities and audit report. So many students, they do not know difference between EO and OM also. So now here Pawan sir, what is the concern or what is the content here? One, something which is very important, something which is very important is already presented or disclosed in financial statements, and the accounting treatment is proper, As auditors, we don't have any problem. We don't have any concern here. And are we giving any modified opinion? We are not modifying our opinion. But why am I trying to give this here? Because I just want to emphasize that so and so paragraph or note or disclosure or accounting treatment. I just want to emphasize paragraph or disclosure or some accounting treatment. So if you want full details, go to so and so note number or so and so para number. This is what emphasis on matter paragraph is. Now you tell me, guys, in the chat box, do you understand thoroughly what is EOM? Or any doubts? Very good. Now here, requirements. Shweta, can you read requirements, emphasis on matter paragraph?
Yes, sir. Requirements, emphasis of matter paragraphs in the auditor's report. When the auditor includes an emphasis of matter paragraph in the auditor's report, the auditor shall include the paragraph within a separate section of the auditor's report with an appropriate heading that includes the term emphasis of matter. Include in the paragraph a clear reference to the matter being emphasized and to where relevant disclosures that fully describe the matter can be found in the financial statements. The paragraph shall refer only to information presented or disclosed in the financial statements and indicate that the auditor's opinion is not modified in respect of the matter emphasized.
Wait, now we read, what auditor has to do, and also we have seen what auditors in Reliance Industries has done. So did they put this heading emphasis of matter paragraph? Yes, that is what standard told. And what is the other requirement? Include, put the heading emphasis on matter, that they have done. Then include reference. Did they give reference of that para number or note number? Yes, they have given reference, note 31B, 41.1. Okay, very good. Again, let us go back. And the matter can be found in the financial statements. The paragraph shall refer only Only, underline, only the information that is already presented, the information that is already disclosed in financial statements. Did they tell that there? Yes. So what they told here clearly? What they told clearly? So in respect of the scheme of amalgamation has been restated, consequential adjustments, we draw attention to note 31B and 41(1) of the financial statement in respect of so and so. And they said consequential adjustment for the reversal thereof. Okay, then they said this finally they said our opinion is not modified. So this is the last one here, indicate that the auditor's report is not modified. Just I have emphasized the matter, but I have not modified. So do you understand this emphasis on matter paragraph A, B, C? If you understand that, 706 half of the standard is over. If you understand other matter paragraph also, full over. Shall we go to the second part and understand other matter paragraph? Shall we go to the second part and see the other matter paragraph? Now, can you read this, Ma Shweta? Other matter paragraph. Read this.
Other matter paragraph, a paragraph included in the auditor's report that refers to a matter other than those presented or disclosed.
That means wait. That means wait. Whatever I am mentioning in other matter paragraph, can you find it anywhere in financial statements? The answer is no. So here, here, whatever I am mentioning as other matter paragraph in auditor's report, you will not find this item in financial statements. Point number 1. So I am writing other matter paragraph now. You will not find this item in financial statements. For example, I'll give you a super duper example so that you understand. Again, this example is taken from, this international standard and ACCA. They're very clearly given this. Say for example, X Limited has 12 branches. In that I, Pavan Kumar and Company, Pavan Kumar and Company has conducted audit of the company and 6 of its branches. 6 other branches are audited by some other qualified auditors. Okay, now particulars audited by Pavan Kumar and Company, audited by other auditors, XYZ, other auditors. Revenue. So the total entity revenue is say 100 crores. In that 100 crores, I have covered 82 crores. That means 82% of the revenue is covered in our audits. And this 18 crore revenue is there. No, this belongs to that 6 branches which we have not audited. That we have not. This is other matter paragraph. Or previous year audits were done by some other auditor. We are new auditors. We are incoming auditors. There are predecessor auditors. If you want to read their audit report, it is there available in the website. That is another example. This is one example. Another example is previous year some other auditor has audited. Yet another example is the company has prepared financial statements in compliance with Indian GAAP, in compliance with IFRS, in compliance with US GAAP for different territories. Infosys, they have listing in Europe and listing in US also. So they have to prepare their financial statements. So 2020, 2021 financial statements, if you take, they have 3 financial statements. One is in Ind AS, one is in IFRS, one is in US GAAP. So this they will submit in UK, this they will submit in stock exchanges in US, this they will submit in Indian stock exchanges. So I can tell that this is audited by me. This is audited by me. This is also another example for other matters. So I have given you various examples for other matter paragraph. Guys, are you understanding these examples? So is my voice clear for everyone? Is my voice clear? Then Alfia, it should be your problem. It should be net connectivity also. Remaining students are saying they are able to hear me. So guys, do you understand other matter paragraph? Hello, 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 hello. Read ma, continue.
Disclosed in the financial statements that in the auditor's judgment is relevant to users' understanding of the audit, the auditor's responsibilities, or the auditor's report.
So what is this? Understanding of the audit, the auditor's responsibilities, and audit report. So first one emphasis of matter is understanding of financial statements. That is important for users' understanding of financial statements. Other matter paragraph, it is important for users' understanding of what is audit, what is auditor responsibility, what is auditor's report. That's all. Now read this other matter paragraph. Here, pado, please.
Matter paragraphs in the auditor's report. If the auditor considers it necessary to communicate a matter other than those that are presented or disclosed in the financial statements, that in the auditor's judgment is relevant to users' understanding of the audit, the auditor's responsibilities, or the auditor's report, the auditor shall include an other matter paragraph in the auditor's report, provided this is not prohibited by law or regulation, and when SA 701 applies, the matter has not been determined to be a key audit matter to be communicated to the auditor's report. The auditor shall include the paragraph within a separate section with the heading other matter or other appropriate heading.
So here what they are saying is, if the matter is prohibited by law, you cannot speak about this. If the matter is prohibited by regulation, you cannot speak about this. It will be a very rare case. Law and regulation will never ask auditor, don't tell this out. Obviously, they will say auditor speak more. So they want auditor to put more items. And here one beautiful point they said, where 701 applies. Now you tell me, to which enterprise 701 applies? To all or only to few? 701 is, relatively a new standard in India. I have seen this long time back. Okay, but in India you have not seen 701. Recently it came. 701 is applicable only to the listed entities. 701 is applicable only to the listed entities. That means big companies only. Now this other matter paragraph applies to every entity, no? Even if it is a small company also, this is applicable. Private limited company also, this is applicable. Public limited company, unlisted also, this is applicable. Now what they are saying is, if SA 701 applies, dear auditor, you are speaking something under other matter paragraph, no? So this other matter paragraph under 705, its heat, 706, its heat is 2x. Its heat is 2x. But if you think it is really important and really significant, don't put it in 2x heat other matter paragraph. No. If you identify that it is key audit matter, CAM, if it is key audit matter, put it here in 701 where the heat is 20x. So basically what they are saying is, if you are putting something in other matter paragraph, please ensure that it is not CAM under 701. If it is CAM under 701, don't put it here, put it here. if it fails to see, there is some criteria in 701. What is scam? There is some criteria. If the criteria is met, put it in 701. If the criteria is not met, then put it in other matter paragraph. That is what they are saying. When SCA 701 applies, the matter has not been determined to be a scam. Then put it in other matter paragraph here. But Pavan sir, this is scam. Then idiot, don't put it here, put it in 701. Key audit matter paragraph. That's all. Now you tell me if there is any EOM or OM. If there is any EOM or OM, do you think I need to communicate this to those charged with governance? That sir, this is EOM para, this is OM para. Do you think I need to inform this to those charged with governance or no? You have to communicate. No? That is what they said in the last para. Communication with the TCWG. If the auditor expects to include EOM or OM in the auditor's report, the auditor shall communicate with those charged with governance regarding this expectation and the wording of this paragraph. This paragraph with this wording I am going to include in my audit report. I am communicating it to you. That's all. So, one standard is over now. You tell me which standard is over. Hello? Standard 299 is over. No, 706 is over. Okay, no, 706 is over. Let us go to Reliance Industries. Now, what is the next line? What is the next line? Shweta, what is the next line?
Key audit matters.
Key audit matters, CAM. So now the question is, what is CAM? So look here. These are, you call it misstatements, material misstatement, audit findings, irregularities. So there are so many things I have identified. So do you think all are very important? Guys, do you think all are very important? No. In that, I decided auditor's professional judgment based on my materiality, based on my performance materiality, based on my opinions, based on the situation, I categorized these are not material items. This part is material items. And based on my professional judgment, I thought these matters are to be communicated to those charged with governance. And all the remaining are there, no? All the remaining. So these items, even if I tell this to management, it is fine. So this is told to management. This is told to those charged with governance. So these are not material. So this is category 1, this is category 2, this is category 3. Now you tell me, in terms of materiality, in terms of significance, put it in the order from lowest materiality to highest materiality. From lowest materiality to highest materiality. From non-significant items to most significant items. Category 1, category 2, category 3. Put it in the order 1, 2, 3. Very good. Correct. From the matters I have communicated. From the matters I have communicated to those charged with governance. How many matters are there? Say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you think all 10 are equally significant? Do you think all 10 are equally significant? From the matters I have communicated to those charged with governance, that means out of 10, identify Identify most significant. So then Pawan sir, if you ask me like that, I have identified this item and I have identified this item to be the paramount highest significance levels. These two are called tadan 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 tadan. Bolo, these two are called key audit matters to be reported to members. Khatam. So if the item is not at all significant, chhod do. Pawan sir, little significant, tell it to management. Pawan sir, very significant, tell it to those charged with the governance. Pawan sir, very significant, tell it to members. Khatam. You understand? Shweta madam, can you read key audit matters?
So, key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that, in our professional judgment, were of most significance in our audit of the standalone financial statements for the financial year ended March 31, 2021. These matters were addressed in the context of our audit of the standalone financial statements as a whole and in forming our opinion thereon, and we do not provide a separate opinion on these matters.
So they are saying we do not provide any separate opinion on this. We are highlighting, that's all, but don't expect a separate opinion only for that. Next, continue.
Each matter below or description of how our audit addressed the matter is provided in the context.
1. What is the item? 2. How I have dealt with in the audit. So I'll give you a para, I'll give you a table. Serial number. Key audit matter number 1. This is the heading. This is the heading. How I have dealt with the same. Okay, next, continue.
We have determined the matters described below to be the key audit matters to be communicated in our report. We have fulfilled the responsibilities described in the auditor's responsibility. In the auditor's responsibilities for the audit of the standalone financial statements section of our report, including in relation to these matters. Accordingly, our audit included the performance of procedures designed to respond to our assessment of the risks of material misstatement of the standalone financial statements. The results of our audit procedures, including the procedures performed to address the matters below, provide the basis for our audit opinion on the accompanying standalone financial statements.
Somewhere in the basis of opinion, I told you that we have performed audit. We have performed certain procedures. We followed standards on audit. If I have done test checking, I will tell you that we have done test checking. So, and we have obtained, information and explanation. We have obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence. All that content applies to these matters also. These are not as separate matters. So, if we have done an audit of 100 particular items, this can also are 2 among that 100 only. So, don't expect a separate, report from us. Okay, now you will be shocked, I'll tell you, to see what are the key audit matter paragraphs. Two key audit matter paragraphs I'll tell you. Can you believe what is the additions made to fixed assets? Additions made to fixed assets here. Can you believe it is around 1 lakh crores plus? That means during the year, additions to PPE in financial statements of Reliance Industries Limited is around 1 lakh crores. Now, so many issues will come. Whether incidental expenses are capitalized, whether any expense which should not be capitalized is capitalized. Revenue and capital distinction is made, accounting standard 10 is followed, or Ind AS 16 is followed, property, plant and equipment. All these things will come. So their first KAM is capitalization and useful life of PPE. And there are certain instruments, equipment which has a life of 25 years, 30 years, 50 years. So look here, The company has reassessed the useful life of plant and machinery from 25-30 years to 50 years. Last year they said, sir, this is our equipment, sir, 10,000 crores, sir. This is our plant, sir, 35 years life, sir. This year they are saying, this is not 35 years. This can be used for 50 years because we used that kind of technology. So that is one item. And another headache comes. One is not Ind AS. For you accounting standard, no? AS 10. Another issue is AS 16. Borrowed, borrowing cost. That also should be appropriately calculated and added. If you do mistake here, hundreds of crores difference will come. Then depreciation. If your capitalization is wrong, depreciation will be wrong. If your recognition date is wrong, depreciation for number of days will be wrong. So all these are my problems. So that is what they told. A, capitalization and useful life of property, plant and equipment. How they addressed and all they have given in the para. They said AS 16 we have seen, in AS 16 property, plant and equipment, and they have given elaborated information because it is CAM. So we don't need to go through all that stuff. This is A. So can you see the box with A? What is the matter? And on the right side, how our audit addressed the CAM. We did not leave the item just like that. We have applied certain procedures. We have done this. Our audit procedures included but not limited to. That means we have done these procedures. This is A. Then see B. Estimation of oil reserves, decommissioning liabilities, depletion charges and impairment evaluation of development rights. This also amounts to some 70,000 crores. 70,000 crores. This is B item. Then C item. Then item number C. Litigation. How many litigations will be there on this company? On this whole group. So they are speaking about litigations. 4. D. They are speaking about fair value adjustments. Fair value adjustments. D. Look at the numbers. As at March 31st, 2021, the company has investments of 78,234 crore rupees in equity and preference in Jio Digital Fiber Private Limited. Aha, na Raja. What is that? Private company. As an auditor, you will get heart attack, no? As investor, you will get heart attack. What? There is a private company and Reliance Industries invested 78,234 crores in it. I want to know more about it. I definitely want to know more about it. Otherwise, if it is not properly done, this can be a fraud, no? In Satyam case, what happened? In Satyam company case, public company is there, private company is there, public company funds, that is public money, they are siphoned to, channelized to private entities. Mismanagement of money. So here, as at 31st March, the company has investments of 78,234 crores in so-and-so Fiber Private Limited and Summit Digital Infrastructure Private Limited, formerly known as Reliance Jio Infratel Private Limited, which are measured at fair values. So this is one. Don't you think this is very important and it should be highlighted to member? So we have seen A, B, C, D. So these points, don't you think they are very, very, very important points? That is the reason I am highlighting. Kata. That is the reason I am putting them in CAM. That's all. If you read, see, I read SBI audit report for this year. I read ICICI audit report. I read Reliance audit report. I read Unilever. If can you believe, if audit report is 20 pages, CAM will be in 10 to 14 pages. That means you call it 143 report, you call it Caro, all these things. Caro, of course, they'll give an annexure. That is a different story. So all others are this small paras. CAM, Mahabharatam. Sir, why it is required? Look at the money, boss. Capitalization of 1 lakh crores. investment of 70,000 crores, impairment of 40,000 crores, litigations of 60,000 crores. This is scam. Khatam. If you are not doing properly, proper audit, and if you are not putting that in CAM, it will become scam. Okay, chalo, anyway. So now let us go to key audit matter paragraph. Okay, Amma, can you read this, ma? 701.
701, communicating key audit matters in the independent auditor's report. Objective to enhance the communicative value of the auditor's report by providing greater transparency about the audit that was performed.
Okay.
To the user in understanding those matters that the auditor's professional judgment are of most significance in the audit of financial statements of the current period.
So they are most significant. If it is significant, it goes to those charged with the governance. If it is most significant, it will come in CAM. Okay, next definition. Read the definition.
Definition of key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that in the auditor's professional judgment were of most significance in the audit of the financial statements of the current period. Key audit matters are selected from matters communicated with those charged with governance.
Key audit matters are selected from
matters communicated with those charged with governance.
Can you pick a new item? For example, here if you see, this blue shaded area is there, no? From that only I am picking. Pawan sir, there is one item X here which is not communicated to those charged with governance. Can I put it in CAM? The answer is no. The answer is no. Step 1, if it falls in this box, you need to inform TCWG, no? From that only CAM will come. There cannot be an item which is in CAM which is not communicated to those charged with governance. If you do that, it is a professional misconduct. Answer, there is one CAM I am giving in my audit report, but I have not communicated this earlier to those charged with governance. Idiot, first to do that. What your SA 260, 265 said. You go and tell this to those charged with governance, then you decide whether it is to be put under 701 or no. Okay. Next, read scope, ma.
Scope, communicating audit matters in the auditor's report is not a
Put a star mark. Put a star mark. This is very important. This is very important. So, this is not a substitute for disclosures in financial statements. No. Management has to give proper disclosures in financial statements that they already might have done. Point number 1. Point number 2 is not a substitute for auditor expressing a modified opinion if it is required. So, as per SA 705, if modification is required, if adverse opinion is required, if qualification is required, if disclaimer is required, I will do that. I am not saying CAM is a substitute for that. No. If modification is required as per 705, you have to give 705 only. 3. Not a substitute for reporting in accordance with 570, going concern. Not a separate opinion on individual matters. Very, very, very important. This can be asked in the exam. You understand? Next, applicability. There can be, 3 situations actually. One is listed entities. This is listed entities. Second one is management requested, sir, can you please highlight this as CAM in your audit report? Very good. Management is coming forward for transparency. I appreciate you. 3. Auditor's opinion felt, though it is not a listed entity, I have to put it in CAM. It is not a listed entity, still voluntarily I want to put it in CAM. You are welcome. That is the applicability. Read applicability, ma.
Applicability of 701, it is intended to address both the auditor's judgment as to what to communicate in the auditor's report and the form and content of such communication. This essay applies to audits of complete sets of general purpose financial statements of listed entities and circumstances when the auditor otherwise decides to communicate key audit matters in the auditor's report and required by law or regulation to communicate key audit matters in the auditor's report.
Very good. Now, remember one very important thing. If you express a disclaimer of opinion, if you express a disclaimer of opinion, there should be no CAM in your audit report. Because giving disclaimer and giving CAM will conflict with each other. So the reader of audit report thinks this guy is saying we have not obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence, we cannot express any opinion, and then he is speaking about these items of financial statements. Why? If disclaimer is there, no CAM. 705 specifically says this can be asked in MCQ. This can be asked in MCQ. Okay, so read this para now. Last para, however, that para.
However, SA 705 revised prohibits the auditor from communicating key audit matters when the auditor distinguishes an opinion on the financial statement unless such reporting is required by law or regulation.
Law and regulation any time can override any accounting standard, any auditing standard. Okay. If it is required by law, we have to do. If it is required by regulation, we have to do. Otherwise, SCA 705 says, dear auditor, are you giving disclaimer of opinion? Yes, sir. Then don't give CAM. Now, the most important question for examination is how auditor decides whether an item is a CAM. How did you decide? That is here. A, B, C. If you read this, the chapter is that standard is over. Read ma.
Determining key audit matters, the auditor shall determine from the matters communicated with those charged with governance, those matters that require significant auditor attention in performing the audit. In making this determination, the auditor shall take into account the following.
How many matters are there? 3 matters are there. Read.
Areas of higher assessed risk of material misstatement or significant risks identified in accordance with SA 315.
We have already studied 315. So you applied 315 and then you came to know that there is one huge item with a possible very big material mistake. Then B.
Significant audited judgments relating to areas in the financial statements that involve significant management judgment, including accounting estimates that have been identified as having high estimation uncertainty.
Yesterday I told you decommissioning liability. Do you remember, after 75 years I need to dismantle plant. For that provision 2 crores is created. Is it correct? So significant management judgments, significant auditors judgments, you need to put it in CAM. You need to put it in CAM. Then 3.
The effect on the audit of significant events or transactions that occurred during the period.
Normal point. That's all. Next, how to communicate. Read this one.
Communicating key audit matters. The introductory language in this section of the auditor's report shall state that key audit matters are those matters that, in the auditor's professional judgment, were of most significance in the audit of the financial statements of the current period, and these matters were addressed in the context of the audit of financial statements as a whole and informing the auditor's opinion thereon, and the auditor does not provide a separate opinion on these matters. Super.
All of you read that 2 paras again, A and B again. Read A and B again. Now, look at the language given in introductory before key audit matters. Introduction to CAM. So here, whatever the standard says, did the auditor of Reliance Industries used the same language as A and B here? They said these two paras are to be used in introduction to CAM. Did they do that? Tell me. Hello, your response. That's all. So, which standard is completed now? 701. So, shall we take a small break and come back? Then we'll see the balance of 700. 700 also, majority of thing we have completed. Some portion is there, and important area 705 is also there. Okay. So, shall we take a break and come back, guys? If you are up for the break, yes, bolo. Very good. What happened to this? Super. This is called bumper offer. Congrats. I am unable to stop.